Hi, everyone. All right, let me move stuff around. I moved my cameras off screen, so I couldn't quite tell where everything was. Hopefully, you can hear me now, Steph. I'll try to be a little louder. Oh, I'm not feeling the background music today. All right, so I have in the queue Maria, Fatima, Cat Goddess, and Whimsically. If you don't hear your name and I missed you somehow, make sure you use exclamation point join to enter the queue. Thank you. I'm glad you like the background, Maria. This is my I call it my cozy cat layout. And the other screens are really cute. Like we have the BRB screen. This is the ending screen. So it's kind of like nighttime and then the starting scene screen. So I really like it. All right. So we're going to be doing our readings using the my lights are a little bright. One sec, guys. There we go. Using our Unfolding Path Tarot. I'll be doing the community read with the spellcasting Oracle. Oldie but goodie, dragging that back out. And if you would like a more in depth reading, which either includes more tarot cards or more Oracle cards, it depends on the question, then yeah, just use my one of the tip options linked in the description. All right, let's see, guys, what our community read is. Hey, Ari. Hey, Luke. Long time no chat. I hope your move is going well. Okay, let's get this all warmed up. I'm gonna go ahead and move this out of the way. I feel like you guys get the gist now. It's been like 3 weeks since I kind of made that rule, and it's subscribers only. So let's see what kind of energy we have around us as a community, what we need to focus on or release. Let's see what's going on. So as I am shuffling, just focus on the energies around you, how your week has gone, how you want your weekend to go, stuff like that. Oh, we have friendship. Okay, so I just got back from a tournament this weekend. So I just have been coming off like a weekend of spending a lot of times with my friends. And then today I was chatting with some friends about doing like a scary movie night together with some girlfriends. So I think this card is about reconnecting if you have felt a little distant from your friends, or just making sure you realize the connections that you have with the friends around you, and making sure that you reach out, connect with them, chat with them, whatever that might look like. Doesn't necessarily mean you have to hang out, but try to focus on those relationships that you have. Let's see what else we have. We have courage. So if you have been dealing with some friendships that might be a little bit on a bit of a rocky path and might not be going in the direction that you're hoping for, or just friendships have been in a little bit of a tumultuous place. I think this courage card is saying, speak your piece and tap into that strength that is required to make sure that you are putting your best foot forward when it comes to these friendships that you have. So, as we all know, friendships or relationships in general are not always, you know, sunshine and rainbows. So this courage card, I feel like is saying, hey, sometimes things don't go well. You have to have the courage to stand up for yourself, stand up for your relationship, especially if it's worth it. All right, one more card. Let's pull one more for the community, and then we will get into the readings. And remember, guys, if you are not present for your reading and you missed your call, you will have to rejoin using exclamation point join. All right. Ooh, we have commitment. Oh, all right. So all together here, this is like saying, hey, you have some friendships that you might need a little more to provide a little more strength or tap into some strength and to repair or just to continue to strengthen overall. And uh and this is saying that this is for something that is long term. This isn't for like superficial relationships or superficial connections. This is for a friendship that is really deeply rooted, something that you are wanting to commit yourself to. And this could also be a sign that, the energies around us we're talking about, putting yourself out there and making new friends as well. So if you have a hard time doing that, this is probably a good time to kind of step outside of your box and your comfort zone and try to make those connections so that way you have some long-standing relationships around you. I really love that courage card. I think I said strength a second ago because it reminds me a lot of the strength tarot card because of this lion here, but yeah, tomato tomato. You get the gist. All right, I'm gonna get this deck all warmed up. Up first, we have Maria. Go ahead, put your question in the chat. So after Maria, I have Fatima, Cat Goddess, Whimsically, Luke, Ari, and then Kate has recently joined. Thank you. I've been really digging this new deck here. Okay, so you want to know the situation between you and your boyfriend? Let's see. Ugh, something in my eye. Goodness gracious. All right, let's see what is going on between Maria and her boyfriend. Let's see. Last card. So we have the Seven of Wands, the Knight of Pentacles, and then the Emperor here. I don't think that there is any outside person. I think that maybe mm, I'll say maybe this relationship is just taking some getting used to. Uh the Knight of Pentacles in the middle of the reading here really makes me think that the knights generally thrive off of stability and then or thrive off of like ambition, I should say, and then the pentacles thrives off of stability. So I feel like this is actually probably more like this. So here we have the Knight of Pentacles in reverse, and I think that just there's a lack of connection that is happening. Usually knights like to feel like they are, they're more of the passionate ones out of all the court cards. And in reverse here, I think there's just a lack of passion that's happening. And it could just be the connection between the two, because here we have the Seven of Wands, and the Seven of Wands is feeling like you are taking on like challenges, having to overcome challenges, having to just deal with overall dealing with competition. So I think a lot of this is maybe stuff that you are carrying over into this relationship, because the 7 of Wands is like saying, you've always kind of had to fight for the things that you've had. You've always had to stand out in some kind of way. It's never been an easy process for you to just be. And because of that, I think that it's making it hard for you to connect with this person, uh, in terms of just meshing those just meshing, I guess I'll call it. So then at the end we have the Emperor. The Emperor can I feel like the Emperor can be a little hard to connect with because they are really a stickler in some regards. So they really thrive off of structure. They thrive off of having a routine, and there's also this element of control that the emperors like to keep in their life. So if you are sort of antithesis to that, the problem is that the emperor really enjoys control. There's comfort there. But if you are more so free flowing, you like to kind of go with the flow a bit, which would make sense with this knight in reverse. It's pentacles specifically in reverse. Being more free flowing, you guys might be clashing a little bit in that regard. So I would say that if I were to summarize this and give you advice, find ways to connect, like where can you ease up and allow a little bit of control and stability, and where can they kind of give up a little bit of that control and be a little more free flowing with things. So yeah, I definitely don't see a third party in this. I just see the need to like stand out in a kind of way. And yeah, so you mentioned if you guys haven't seen each other in a long time, mm, I would say that might be feeding a lot of this energy that's going on, where you feel like kind of almost like a out of sight, out of mind kind of thing that you might be projecting, where you feel like you need to find ways to stand out and to make yourself like available to this person. But I think there's a little bit more to that. So one of the things missing from this reading, you don't have any cups, you don't have any swords, which, in a 3 card reading, it's kind of it is what it is a little bit. But I will say that you're missing that element of emotional connection and the element of mental connection where you're communicating. So just keep that in mind. Maybe find ways to communicate better, to emotionally connect better, whatever that might look like for you guys. But yeah, I would say that if your main worry is some third party, I wouldn't worry about that so much. All right, Fatima, you're up next. Hopefully you guys get to see each other soon, Maria. Yes, Luna. Come on. Come on, little girl. So Fatima, I'm no longer doing like what other people are thinking questions. So if you have another one, let me know. Yeah, Maria, I would say based off of that last reading, re-engage honest communication. Find ways to make it like a two-way street. Ugh, my cords are. There we go. Yeah, you're welcome. I'm glad it helped. Fatima, I'm not doing how anybody feels about anyone questions anymore. I can ask what the situation is between you and H and kind of just extrapolate from there. I just, if you missed my previous lives, I feel like I don't know. I don't personally like doing those readings, so I don't want to do them anymore. Yeah, Danny, sure. All right. Let's see what the situation is between you, Fatima, and H. And one more card. Last card. One more. This last card just doesn't want to present itself. Here we go. You have the Page of Pentacles. We have the Sun card, and then this is the King of Wands. I think that overall, you guys, there's I'll start in the middle and work my way out. So I will say with the Sun card here, there is a lot of happiness. There's good signs here in regards to this. So I know your previous question is about, the possibility of marriage in the future. The future is nebulous, so it depends how people go about the next actions. But I will say the Sun card is a really good indicator of really happy futures to come. The Sun is about growth. It's about nurturing. So I feel like this relationship where it is now is being nurtured. It is going to grow into something more and into something bigger. So I could see definitely for sure that marriage is something that is in the future in regards to this. The Sun card can also sort of signify, like, be a marriage signif oh my gosh, words. The Sun card can also be a signifying card in tarot. So I would say this being at the center of your reading, that's something you were asking about. That's a huge possibility here. So on one side here, we have the Page of Pentacles. The Page of Pentacles generally is more of like, pages can signify good news. The Page of Pentacles can signify good news in regard to family life. So, this could be a sign that this is something that is already kind of in the works. There's thoughts that are going on around, there's planning that's happening. And it's just, they're like setting up the foundation for the next steps to come. And then over here, we have the King of Wands. The King of Wands is the card. He's the visionary. He really sees the big picture. He sees, based off of the things that he really enjoys and loves and is ultimately like passionate about. He is the king that tries to set that in motion. So, if you were to ask me, like, do I see marriage in your future? I would say absolutely yes. Looking at this, I think that overall, looking at the situation between you and H, there's a lot of happiness there. There's also the desire to put down some roots and to grow and expand and basically lead the way into the future. So, and I'm sorry guys about my voice. I spent all weekend screaming and I'm still like raspy. So I will say, um, Fatima, that you have some really good vibes coming your way. If I were to summarize this in terms of a general time frame, I would say that this is something in work. Like the king is thinking about this, is like kind of in the planning stages, but they want to make sure that things are settled first, that they have all their ducks in a row. So this isn't something that's going to necessarily happen overnight, but I do think that this is something that the goal within like the next year, if I were to summarize. Tarot is a little weird with timing. I would say divination in general is weird with timing, but yeah, that seems sort of like fun times for you. Welcome, Black Widow. Thank you for joining. All right, Cat Goddess, you're up next. Thank you, Steph, for the links. Let's see what unexpected blessings you can expect soon. Oh, I love that page. It's my favorite page in this deck. All right, what unexpected blessings can you expect? Okay, so we have the Page of Cups. We have the Three of Wands, and then we have the Four of Wands. Ooh, I'll go in order. I'll go in order here. I feel like the Page of Cups is saying that this is where you can feel like you can be more emotionally free. The page is more youthful. There's this like vibrancy about the page, this eagerness to learn and do try something new. So this page is saying like, hey, maybe you're opening yourself up more emotionally. You're allowing yourself to release those, break down those walls, get rid of those, whatever those roadblocks were. Because here in the center of your reading, you have the Three of Wands. This is the card of growth, but there's like this air of new opportunities. So if you have, this could be a sign of like new hobbies. It could just be a sign that you are starting to understand what it is that you truly love, and you're starting to set your eyes on that. So with the Three of Wands, this is saying like you finally are opening yourself up to understanding what it is you truly want in stuff. There could be this air of like travel coming your way. So if you've been wanting to travel, but you're not sure if you can do it, that might be something that pops up for you pretty shortly. And then we have the Four of Wands. This is the celebratory card. I think overall, if I were to summarize this entire reading, I would summarize it in this Four of Wands here, where you can say your unexpected blessings are just to be able to celebrate, enjoy life with the people around you, enjoy the things that make you happy, that kind of thing. So I think that if you have been feeling a little like stagnant, feeling a little um not aimless, what's the word? Just sort of listless a little bit. I think that this blessing is saying you finally have something to set your eyes on. You have a goal to set, you have opportunities coming your way, and overall you will find reasons to celebrate. Okay, Black Widow, you sent a PayPal thing. Okay, got it. Cool. All right, so Black Widow, go ahead and put your question in the chat. So since Black Widow donated, I'm gonna skip her to the front of the line. And then after Black Widow, I have Whimsically, Luke, Ari, Kat, and Danny. Danny, thanks for joining Discord. Yeah, Kat, I think if, things have been feeling a little meh, like things are just, you know, everything is kind of always the same, I think that you'll start to find some new things that are popping up that are really enjoyable for you. And I feel like it's across the board. It's not going to be like just with work or family or anything like that. Or emotionally, I think it's going to be like across the board. Oh my God, why can I not spell congrats? Okay, here we go. All right. Sorry, messaging. All right. I think this is a good candidate for some oracle cards. Let's see like the overall energy for your for this apartment and see what the overall energy is for the apartment. Oops. Here we go. Okay, we have the light in your load card. Let's see what the tarot says along with that. Let's see, what do we have? Next card. Let's see. Here we go. It's interesting. I think I'm missing a comment. All right, last card, last card. This deck is being finicky today. Um, so we have lighten your load, we have the Six of Pentacles, we have the Tower card, and then we have the Knight of Wands. I'm getting a lot of wands tonight, I'm noticing. So I think that there's a bit of a warning here in this with the Tower card, and this feels reversed. So I think if I were to just summarize this, I want to pull another oracle card too for you as well, but I think that there is a lot of pressure in accomplishing this, right? You set this deadline for January, February, which means that what is today? September. So we're in September. That gives you 4 months, 4 to 5 months, right? Wait, did I do that right? September, October, November, December, January. 4 or 5 months. But within that 4 or 5 months, we have the holidays if you're in the States. Um, I'll put this here. Fertility. So the I feel like you have to plant a few seeds first before trying to rush to the end goal. So, lighten your load, I feel like looking at everything is saying, like, to relax on these expectations of January, February. I don't see that as, um, quite feasible, but it's not so far off. Okay. So I feel like you're close. It's just you're putting a lot of pressure on yourself to be successful by those dates. Um, yeah, Danny, that's really funny. It is. It's very true. So here we have the tower, right? And I felt like it was more reversed because the tower in reverse really suggests that suggests that you actually want things to move, but they're not. There's a bit of a roadblock that's happening, and I think that a lot of times when and looking at everything, the tower in reverse in this regard, I should say, is really saying like, hey, you want things to change very quickly. You want things to move in the direction that you're looking for, but that's just not in the cards right now, literally and figuratively. So I think that you are going to have to wait a little bit, but I don't think necessarily a long time. So we have these two cards here. We have the Six of Pentacles and then we have the Knight of Wands. But the Six of Pentacles, I think that this is saying like slow down a bit, right? You might in rushing through this be um missing out on good opportunities. So the Six of Pentacles is really like the card of charity. So I wonder too if you rush this process, are you going to miss out on apartment deals, like sometimes they do specials, stuff like that? Are you going to miss out on being able to get a better apartment because something better and more affordable becomes available later? Um, so the Six of Pentacles, I feel like is saying, generosity is coming your way. You just have to be patient, especially because pentacles are more slow moving. It's a little more still, and that matches the stagnant energy of the tower in reverse. So, Black Widow, I would say that I'm gonna move these up because I want to pull some more cards for you. But I would say that just slow down a little bit, right? We have the Knight of um we have the Knight of Wands here at the end, and I think this is embodying where you're at right now. The Knight of Wands can be a little overambitious and they can be a little impulsive. So I feel like this being at the end of your reading, this is like saying, hey, this is what's hindering you from moving on, right? So uh your impulsiveness could lead you to choosing something that isn't necessarily right for you. So I was gonna pull, let's see. So if you just kind of slow down and for wait for the right space to become available to you, we have the Nine of Pentacles. The Nine of Pentacles is really where it's at, Black Widow. So the Nine of Pentacles is like saying, you have really uh you've you've kind of set the pace here. You've gone with the flow, not gone with the flow. You've you've really set down some roots a little bit. You have been a little more still instead of rushing towards things, with which this Knight of Wands is really wanting to do. And because you have been patient, you get to reap the benefits of that and just kind of live a little bit in luxury. So I will say that you need to definitely wait a little bit here. I won't say that you will be uncomfortable per se. I just think that you might be missing out on better options that will long term be better for you. So that could be it could still be in the same complex. It could manifest in a lot of different ways with the pentacles. It could be your space is bigger for the same amount of money, or you get the same amount of space for less money. It's more so how it manifests in the physical. It could be that it's closer to work, closer to like fun things. It's a lot of that kind of thing. So I think that between everything that I see here, be care your warning is be careful about being, um, too impulsive, and yes, take more time in choosing an apartment, which will probably mean you have to wait a little bit longer. I would say give yourself so you gave yourself till January, February, right? I would say give yourself a little bit longer. So this is me throwing in my 2 cents now, outside of, tarot. Traditionally, if you try to move around, like, springtime, April, May into June, that is when you get the best deals because more apartments are on the market, more houses, whatever you're looking at, because people are moving and of, they're trying to get rid of the places that they're at. So more things become available. But I would say maybe not necessarily all the way to, like, May or June. I would say maybe March or April. So this feels like it's just pushed out just a little bit from what you're asking, which is why I feel like I'm getting the cards that I'm getting. It's like you're close, but you don't wanna push it. You don't wanna reach for January, February. A lot of people in the winter really are, very, like, they're not going anywhere. I'm glad that made sense. Alright, whimsically, you're up next. Come on. Uh-oh. There we go. Yeah, I'm excited for you, Black Widow. You'll have to let me know how it goes. Moving is both fun and exhausting. Let's see whimsically what you need to hear from spirit. Oh, look who is back. Our first repeat of the night is the 6 of Pentacles. Last card. A lot of Wands and Pentacles tonight. We have the 6 of Pentacles, 2 of Pentacles, and the 5 of Wands. Um, I think overall, your general message is to find balance, just in general. So if you've been feeling a little like out of sorts, out of whack, just a little off in some regard, I think the theme with the Two of Pentacles being at the center of your reading, the theme is to find that balance that you might be lacking right now. So we had the Six of Pentacles pop up previously. Um, I would say that maybe these are reflecting the two things that you should maybe focus on in regards to that balance that you want to bring in. So on this side, this is asking us to really reflect and think about where are you spending your energy and your money and your time, all of where are you putting more of yourself into something than it's really worth or than you're getting back. And so the I mentioned before, the 6 of Pentacles is really card of generosity. So a lot of times people kind of default to money, which it can be. It can be where you're giving your money or are you doing too much overspending. But it could also be, are you giving too much of your time to something? So are you physically investing in something that is not paying you back? So, if so, how do you bring this more so into balance? On the other side, we have the 5 of wands. So this is the physical, right? And this is more so how you're interacting with the external. So I feel like, spirit is saying, "Hey, you're a little out of balance, and specifically you're out of balance in terms of uh how you are interacting with people." So a lot of it, or some of it, I'll say, might be resulting in conflict, like unnecessary competition. It's just, like tit for tat kind of things. But the 5 of wands is really suggesting that you are really being pushed too far by people, either to succeed or to overcome things or just stuff like that. And a lot of that pressure can really build up. So you want to be careful about allowing that to happen. How are you balancing what it is you need versus what people need from you? And this is being reflected in both of these cards here. So this one is more so uh the physical in terms of like you giving your time and energy. This one is more so of your like accomplishments. So are you striving for things because people expect it of you or because that's what you want? So find that balance there. And hopefully, I'm sure you can sort of like use some shadow work prompts, stuff like that, to kind of reflect a little more deeply on it. And I'm sure as I've been talking, something has come to mind. All right, Luke, you are up next. Mhm. So whimsically, I think that you really need to find balance in that situation, or else it's really only going to lead to resentment and burnout. It's kind of what I get from the 6 of pentacles, is like too much giving too much of yourself with nothing in return is resentment. And then with the 5 of wands, like trying to push too hard for accomplishments, but not being able to recoup your energy is burnout. So that makes a whole lot of sense. Ugh, I hate this season. So many gnats. All right, let's see, Luke, if there's anything your guides have to say about your boyfriend. Okay, 7 of wands has made a reappearance. I'm gonna do a deep shuffle after this one. Oh my gosh, 2 of wands is back. Last card. Here we go. We have a little bit of the whole gambit. So we have the 7 of wands, 2 of pentacles, and then the ace of cups. Um, I would say that give me 1 second. Your advice for this situation would, you kind of have a similar situation from the previous reading, right? The goal is about finding balance. This is about balancing yourself, I would say, with the relationship. That's the difference between the last reading and this reading. So here, your goal is to find balance in regards to how you are handling things how you are managing your passions and goals versus your emotions within the relationship. Um, freaking nuts. Hold on, guys. Okay. So here with the Seven of Wands, this is about wanting to stand out. But at what cost, right? So the Seven of Wands is saying you want to stand out from the crowd. You want to be I don't want to say center of attention, but you want the spotlight on you in regards to this relationship, right? But how realistic is that in everything that's going on? Um, the What challenges is that creating? And where can you find balance between feeling like you are getting the attention that you want, but also just being realistic about the overall situation of the relationship, which could just be, you guys have your own lives and you have to understand that, people are not at your beck and call, that kind of thing. And then on the other side here, this Ace of Cups really signifies the need to really reconnect at the beginning. What is it that drew you guys together in the first place? Um, what what was the original emotional connection that made you guys start dating? So, in regards to this entire thing, I would say that, find a healthy balance between the emotional side of things, right? Where you are connecting more on that emotional side, and then also the passionate side of things, where you feel like you want to really drive and move things along. There has to be this balance. So fire really wants to move and grow and build, whereas water wants to flow nice and easy. So find some connection between the two, where you can push a little hard in one aspect of the relationship, but you have to let certain things just go with the flow. Um, let me let me think. It's very interesting. Sometimes with readings, I feel like three cards isn't enough, but just to keep things moving along, I don't have much of a choice. So looking at it, I'm like, I feel like there's more. I should pull some more, but ain't got time for that. All right. All right. You are up next. I hope that helped, Luke. When aren't your guides reading you to filth, though? Like, being honest. Yeah. And I'll say, as a Taurus, you got to cling to that groundedness, that earth energy there. So, up now we have Ari, followed by Kate, Danny, and then Green Easter Bunny. Let me scroll up. I feel like I missed some stuff. So, Danny recently joined the Discord, guys. Make sure you guys join. We are currently doing a tarot challenge for September. So, if you want to practice just if you want motivation to do a daily card pull, you have some accountability buddies with you. Later this month, I'm going to do another tarot story time. I'm very excited because the first one was so much fun, guys. Basically, if you're new to tarot, it's super fun because it gives you a way to like sort of talk through the meanings of cards and use it in the aspect of story building. Steph, it's yes and no. So the tarot story time, basically, I've come up with like short stories, very, very short, where there are prompts in between where you pull cards. So I kind of have it just randomized, but pulling the cards kind of designates the like building of the story. And then we do it live. You don't have to talk, but you can chat instead. And last time I did it, I pulled all the cards and then we kind of talked to them. And then it was a murder mystery. So kind of everybody came up with their theories and stuff. And then the next one is going to be an alien abduction. So you kind of have to escape your alien captors and we got to figure out the best way to do it. Yeah, Amethyst Ascensions videos really inspired me. And I was like, this would be so fun to do live. I can't wait. All right, Kate, you are up next. Yeah, I was supposed to do it on Monday, but I was traveling Monday and oh my god, I was so tired. Like everything hurt. I couldn't do it. I didn't even want to sit upright. My lower back was hurting so bad. Yeah, guys, don't forget to like, hit that. Well, you guys are already subscribed. Let me see. I'm gonna do it on. I moved it, so I'm out next Monday. So I'm gonna do it on the 18th. I have an event set up on Discord, so you can always set the little like reminder button. In Amethyst, if you guys really like the concept but are nervous about joining, Amethyst Ascension has actual videos where she is doing her own story time. Um, so it kind of gives you an idea of what we're doing. And I did ask if I could steal her idea, and she was all on board. All right, Danny, go ahead, put your question in the chat. I kind of also am digging the pairing between these two in a weird kind of way. I think it's more so the backs of the cards, actually. But yeah, kind of liking it. You guys will have to let me know. I'm all about trying to figure out pairings of my decks. And the spell casting doesn't necessarily match anything 100%, but it's so mm, nice. Robin, that's fair. I understand. I I had to learn Discord because of we used it to coordinate our the staff at one of the anime conventions that I help organize. But yeah, we can help you out. Oh, and guys, Robin has an awesome YouTube channel. Make sure you go like and subscribe on her channel as well because she does a lot of the similar stuff to me, but she has like a completely different perspective. It's so fun and she just has a really great personality and awesome videos. All right, let's call for Danny. I know you're in here, I thought. I know there's a slight delay, so I'm trying not to be impatient. But I am a ball of impatience. Yeah, I know it works in a way like it'll highlight on the user's end. So I think the user sees that it's like highlighted, but you don't get a notification. YouTube's very weird with their community still. They're working on it, but weird nonetheless. All right, Green Easter Bunny, you're up next. Anybody who missed their turn is free to rejoin. Oh my goodness. Oh, so I had my dodgeball tournament this weekend. Look at the wicket, like it totally scratched up my arm. It was so bad. I have like A lot they're gonna turn into bad scars. It doesn't hurt. Steph, let me know what your question is. Whoopsie. And you know what's funny is I get mostly hurt because of myself. It's because I like went to like catch a ball, but I kind of went like that and just totally scratched up my arm. All right, yeah. Luckily, my queue's still open. It's a nice quiet night tonight. Thank you for subscribing, Melanie. Green Easter Bunny, I'm gonna need you to rejoin the queue for me. All right, you're ready to start dating? Okay, let's see. I'm gonna pull some oracle cards for you since you are my lovely moderator tonight. And let's see what's going on with your love life. Oop, there we go. How did I mix up some of these cards? That's annoying. It's only a few. So, overall, we have the happiness card, which is a really good sign. Um, so I think, you wanting to date is a really good sign of things to come in the future. I think that, that means that you're ready to accept this new moment in life, but it will require a little bit of strength going forward. I don't know where I want to put these cards. I'll put them here. So, let's see. Let's pull some tarot. Benita, the list thing doesn't really work. I could never really figure it out. All right, let's see. What energy you have with your love life. One more card. Last card here. Ooh, okay. So I think this is a total green light in terms of going, pursuing this love life thing. Overall, I think you have some really good things. So we have the happiness card, we have the strength card here, and then we also have the Four of Wands, the Knight of Pentacles, and then the Lover's card. So I think that, overall, good vibes. Specifically, I'll start in the middle and then kind of work out just because we have our court card here. With the Knight of Pentacles, I think that overall this is saying, slow and steady wins the race. You don't have to rush into anything. You can take your time figuring out what it is you truly want because, like I said previously earlier on, Knights are ambitious. So when they set their eyes on a goal, they're going to get to it. It's just the problem with certain Knights is they rush But with the pentacles, it's more of a thoughtful movement ahead. So there's still this movement that's happening, which is really good. So I'll say at this stage, if you haven't already, I would recommend deciding what it is you want your love life to look like. This doesn't necessarily equate to like a list per se. It's just more so, what do you want to get out of it? And then on both sides here, we have really great cards. We have the Four of Wands. This is our celebratory card. This is a sign that maybe you have someone really nice coming into your life, or you just kind of have a really nice phase, if you know what I mean. Where you can just enjoy your time in the dating world. Uh, on the other side here, we have the something to visualize. We have the Lovers card. And so I think that the Lovers card is really surmising the completion of this little journey, in the sense that the Lovers is a sign that there is some unionship that is going to be happening. You will have to make some decisions to get to that point, but I think that overall, because of this knight here, who is more meticulous in the things that they are trying to achieve, I think that this is gonna be a really easy phase for you. It's gonna be really obvious, and then it will really make it easy for you to surround yourself around happiness here with these 2 cards. So, I will say that, Steph, if you were worried at all, that I wouldn't worry. Just kinda go with the flow a bit and just find the people that make you happy, the situations that you wanna be in that make you happy, and like I said, with this night, this is really being deliberate about what that looks like. So, yeah, you kinda have a really interesting, dating life coming forward. I will say, a lot of this seems surrounded around you, so I would say that, like, if something doesn't feel right, try not to get hung up on people. Always bring it back to yourself. So I feel like in this reading, you were the Knight of Pentacles. You can flake if you feel like if they don't bring you joy. All right, Ari, go ahead, put your question in the chat. Yes, I love that main character energy. That is what we're looking for. Without being obnoxious, because a lot of main characters are obnoxious. You want that like nice main character energy. So, Ari, let me ask, if you're not are you dating right now? Because how likely is it that you will find someone, be dating them seriously enough that you will get married in almost a year? I can ask this question if you want me to, but I'm just double checking. It's so interesting stuff because Syl said she wants to start dating too. Okay, let's see what steps you can take to manifest this. Let's see, first card, first card. There we go. Next card, first sword of the night. Next card here. Ooh, our King of Wands is back. Last card. And Justice. Um, so I think the big thing to get this kicked off is that the 8 of Swords here. So we have the 8 of Swords, King of Wands, and the Justice card. The 8 of Swords to me is saying like you're not going to get any further until you get out of your own head. So if you have had roadblocks because of, like you've overthought something, or because you internalize something that was more than it really was, and it just ended something that was really good, you should really reflect on that and learn from it, because that you don't want that to be a roadblock going forward. Um, and so now is the time to really do that if you really want to get to this goal that you have, right? So, I will say that the 8 of Swords also warns about, blindly trusting people, so there's a balance that you have to have where you're reflecting on your own actions and reflecting on other people's actions. You need to be able to discern between someone that is good or bad for you. Here in the center, this is where I feel like, well, it's kinda all leading up to that actually. We have the King of Wands. I feel like the King of Wands is really the type of person that you're looking for. Someone who is passionate and has really they have their eye on the goal. Actually, they've achieved the goal that they're looking for. They have the eye on their kingdom here with this king. And overall, they're someone who is just creative and ambitious in a really good and controlled way. Um, so if you meet someone, you this is someone who I feel like you can really pull inspiration from in terms of what you think the future will look like, someone that you feel like you can grow with, um, that kind of characteristic. But then we have the Justice card. So this is where it puts the onus back on you, the responsibility of this situation. And we kinda talked about yeah, you mentioned, being too naive, right? We mentioned that in the 8 of Swords here. The Justice card is really saying that you have a responsibility, right? You put out what you're gonna receive. So if you understand that you're naive and that you kind of maybe in the past let people take advantage, if you're not willing to learn from that and grow from that, and I'm not I'm and please don't make me don't think that I'm, like, victim blaming. I'm thinking, like, taking these situations and letting yourself gain that experience and become a more, understanding person from that situation, then you should, then this is where that comes in, right? You really need to be able to reflect on that, because you need to be able to make these decisions, especially if this is gonna be such an aggressive timeline that you're looking for. You're gonna have to really make these decisions very quickly. So that means you don't have room for error. So if I were to summarize this, Ari, I would say that, like, the first step is to reflect on this inwardly. This is going to be your job, to reflect on the mistakes that have happened in the past that you've allowed, or that you have caused also. So this is both give and take. And how can you fix that? How can you identify that going forward? um Yeah, that's perfect. Yeah, there you go. So then I would say that if you're doing that, keep doing that. That is leading you down the right path. And then in at the core of things, if you're accepting, your own faults or your own mistakes or your own learning experiences in the past, then what is it you want in a partner? And when we talk about manifestation, that's going to be very important as well. What do you want this person to look like? Do you want them to be a leader? Do you want them to be passionate? Do you want them to be creative and inspirational and someone that you can really rely on? That kind of thing. So, um, once you conquer yourself, you can definitely start to look outward. So keep that there's like a duality that is happening here. But I think you're already on the right track, Ari, so definitely keep that up. All right, Benita, you are up next. Green Easter Bunny, you have 2 people ahead of you. Mm, I didn't really look at the timeline because the timeline was part of your question. So the way that I asked it was more so like, what are the steps to make this possible within looking at, these questions here, looking at that question. What are the steps you need to take to make that timeline possible? So winter of 2025. But I will say that if you want to make that goal, you need to be doing these now. These are very immediate actions that need to happen. All right, Benita, let's see who is coming towards you in love. Okay. That doesn't feel right. Let me do a quick shuffle, like a good shuffle. Sherry, my queue is actually closed for the night. But I am good. Thank you for joining. Sorry you missed me. All right, let's see. Who's coming towards Benita in love? The Two of Pentacles has reappeared. A lot of Wands and Pentacles tonight. We have the Page of Wands, Two Pentacles, and then the Nine of Wands. So I think that overall, I feel like you have someone younger coming in, right? Someone who is really young. They are they have a lot of energy. The Page of Pentacles is someone who is vibe. Yeah, thank you. Sorry we missed each other. Make sure you like the video so that way YouTube like recommends it earlier for you next time. Oh, and hit the notification button. So the page is the Page of Wands really likes to explore. They really like to learn and um I think that you have someone who might be a little more on the either youthful energy or younger. And they are someone who's probably a little more on the creative side, uh, but they don't have their heads up their asses with this Two of Pentacles here. So with the Two of Pentacles, I feel like this is saying like, yeah, they might be a little more creative, they might be a bit aloof, but they are still rooted in reality in the world around them. They have a good head on their shoulders in the sense that they understand what it takes to be an adult and to get things done and to find that balance in life, right? The Two of Pentacles, I think, is a responsible person. But that being said, they're not someone who has had an easy life. This Nine of Wands really says, like, they have had to overcome a lot. They've persevered through a lot of different challenges and difficulties. And I think that, if you were to meet someone who fits this description, right? Someone young and creative, but still very responsible, perhaps for their age, and who has seen a lot of the world. They've dealt with a lot of things and overcome a lot of things. And I think that this is the person that is going to be coming towards you in regards to love. So yeah, trying to think if there was anything else, but no, I think think that's a big one. You're welcome, Benita. All right, Danny, you're up next, and then I will finish off with Green Easter Bunny. All right, let's see what is going on with you and Rashad. Last card. Here we go. So we have the Two of Wands, we have the Eight of Pentacles, and then we have the Death card. Um, it feels more like this is going on. Two of Wands reverse, Death reverse. So because of that, because of this kind of change here, with the Eight in the center here, we have the Eight of Pentacles. This is a sign of hard work. This is really a sign that you are putting in the effort, that wanting to really build this foundation here. But with the surrounding cards, it's not working. So, one second. My cat wants uppies. Hi, Luna. Come on. Come on, Luna bug. All right. Oh my God, Steph, you're 4'11"? I had no idea. You make me feel tall. So we have with the Two of Wands in reverse, really is saying like Two of Wands and Death reverse. Nothing is happening. This is a period of stagnation and really nothing else. So Two of Wands generally upright is about growth and movement. Wand in general, that fire wants to move and grow, but in reverse, it's just not happening. It's almost like imagine trying to start a campfire and you see a little bit of the spark, but it just won't actually blossom into that full flame. So right now, I just feel like you guys are nothing is happening, and if you Luna, if you wanted to, what is missing here is any sort of communication. There are no cups and there are no swords. There's no emotional connection and no actual communication that's going on, or very little of each. So you really need to bring that in if that's what you're hoping for, because with these two cards, the Death card really signifies that maybe this is just not the right relationship for you. The Death card kind of signifies what the Two of Wands signifies, but more of an impactful statement. So the Death card generally upright is about transformation, growth, changing into something new, and in reverse, none of that is happening. It's kind of like the same old, nothing is changing, nothing is different. You get what you get, and that is like that's what you should expect. So you're putting in all of this work and effort and getting nothing in return. And honestly, I would say that, mental health wise, it's such a waste of time and effort. There's so many people out there, and people are so deserving of having those connections that, why Yeah, that's what I want to hear, Danny. Put the effort into yourself because I feel like the relationship, I would just, take it at face value at this point. Put that just like you're saying, put that effort into yourself. And then once you feel like you are in that place where you have gotten to your like boss bitch mode, put you can start to branch out and put feelers out in other regards because this is not it, honestly, if I'm being if I'm being honest with what I see. That being said, I am a girl slinging cards on the internet, so don't uproot your lives for me. Yeah, and the on and off again thing is really, I think, the crux of what's happening. Like you might be putting time and effort into yourself, but when the person comes back into your life, are you refocusing back on them only for the same stuff to be happening over and over again? So it's really like, is it worth it? There we go. Exactly, Danny. You put so much time and effort into yourself. People need to learn that, you're worth it too. All right, Green Easter Bunny, you were last but certainly not least. Can you all stop? Space cadets are wilding out right now. You're welcome, Danny. Thanks for joining the Discord. If you do tarot at all, feel free to join us for the monthly readings. Hey, beginner or not. Oh, okay. Thank you, Steph. Hi, Anj. Welcome. My queue is closed for the night, and I'm about to finish up the last reading, but I appreciate you. Okay, Green Easter Bunny, I need you to clarify. What's your actual question? Sorry, Anj, my queue is closed, and I also don't do twin flame readings. I'm sorry. And if I can give my 2 cents, twin flame readings are relate connections end because the whole point of them is for you each to learn something about yourselves. It's the whole point of running into your twin flame. A lot of TikTok and YouTubers will make it seem like, oh, you have this great connection and they must be a twin flame. But the reality is, twin flames are rare and you're only meant to run into them when you have a lesson to learn. It's more so to learn about yourself. All right. Let's see if what's going on with your love interest. Ooh, first card. All right. Next card. Last card. I feel like this is our second cups card of the night. Okay. We have the Four of Pentacles, the Page of Wands, and then the Four of Cups. A little bit of the whole spectrum here. Hi, Melanie. My queue's actually closed tonight. But hit the notification bell so you don't miss when I go live again. I go live now on Thursdays at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Green Easter Bunny, I will say that your love interest is not a celebrity. None of these cards really indicate that to me. But I'll say that it's probably someone who was already presented to you and you missed the signs. So, between the four of we have two fours here, right? So hold on. So the fours in tarot tend to reflect like manifestation. Um, one second. Manifestation and stability. So having these two fours flanking your card, I feel like you're trying to manifest something that's not meshing with the stability that you need, especially with this four of just between the two fours, actually. So the four of pentacles is about being very reserved in regard to your resources. So protecting your finances, protecting your health, protecting your family, that kind of thing. And it kind of manifests as really having a big desire for security overall. Then on the other side, we have the Four of Cups. This is where I see a lot of those missed opportunities in terms of someone coming towards you. So the Four of Cups signifies that you had something emotional presented to you and you didn't recognize it. So this could be someone flirting with you. This could be someone trying to set you up with someone, and you were just not in the mind space to realize that that was happening, or you were just 100% oblivious to it. So here in the center of your reading, I think the person that you're really looking for, this page has kind of popped up all night, but I will explain this page again. This page is a youthful energy, someone who's either younger or just portrays that youthful effervescence. And um, they are the ones who really want to explore, try new things. They're really creative, wanting to learn. Um, I honestly, I think they've already come in terms of like soon or not. I think they've already come with this Four of Cups here. I would suggest that you reflect back on maybe the last like month or two and reflect back on your interactions with people who meet the description of this page and see if maybe they were flirting with you and you didn't recognize it, or maybe they would hope that you flirted with them. um let's see, you're my last reading of the night. Let's see if they're coming back, or if they're a continuous person in your life. Yeah, I think that they are. I think they're someone who's either going to come back into your life or they've already been sort of part of your life. But yeah, with this Ace of Wands here, this is the Ace of Wands. I think that you definitely have another chance with this person. I think you'll have continuous chances. You just have to identify who this person is. And that means being more aware of who you're interacting with. So, yeah. And I'm sorry, Green Easter Bunny. That would be a whole different question. So I'm not going to answer that. What job position is he? But in regard to them being in your life or coming back or whatever, I would say Totally, yes, they're definitely coming back, and, you should keep an eye out for someone who is a little younger or gives off younger vibes, really creative. Um, this could really show off as, like, musically inclined, or they like to paint, somewhat artistic, and then, someone who likes to explore and travel and wants to see the world, so to speak. So, yeah, hope that helps. Yeah, so green Easter bunny, if you wanna be able to ask multiple questions on my channel, you'd have to tip just because of time and fairness to other people, that's all. But otherwise, yeah, I think you are good to go. All right, guys, I am gonna get off of here. I have some food to eat. And I hope you guys have a good weekend. Thank you guys so much for joining. If you enjoyed this, make sure you like it. You guys are already subscribed. Unless you're watching this later, then hit that subscribe button and that notification bell so you don't miss out. And you guys have a great night. Bye, Vibe. Thank you so much for modding Steph. You guys give Steph her props. I really appreciate it. All right. I am out of here.